So Kristi Noem goes on
Perfect.
Before the Senate committee, and they're overseeing her role as DHS secretary. And obviously she was going to have a hard time given everything that happened in Minneapolis. These Democrats are wanting to emerge with her jugular. But what's been surprising is so do a few Republicans. And it shows you that she's not well loved and perhaps not secure in her position right now, that you had more than one Republican coming for her. But the clip that made headlines everywhere was not a Republican. It was a Democrat who, I have to say, this was so uncomfortable, who asked her about the rumors that she's, I mean, listen, it's been printed up in the Daily Mail. We've discussed it on this show. It is an open secret in Washington that she's, despite the fact, married. She denies it, for the record, but it is an open secret that she is having a long-term affair with Corey Lewandowski.
Also married. He's also married.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, he's also married. To bring it up at the DHS oversight, and the way the woman did it was to say, you're sleeping with a subordinate and we have a right to ask, which was almost too clever, but I felt so uncomfortable. I want to get your take on it. Here was the moment. SOT 24.
So, Secretary Noem, at any time during your tenure as Director of Department of Homeland Security, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski?
Mr. Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
Reclaiming
and
my
ma'am,
time.
one thing that I would tell you is that he is a special government employee who works for the White House. There are thousands of them in the federal government.
So you should be able to answer the question.
What we do at the Department of Homeland Security every single
and without
day,
any hesitation,
every single day is to protect
if
this
someone
country
is
and
asking
to make
if
decisions.
You or any federal official is sleeping with their subordinate. That should be the easiest. You should be wanting to answer that question.
As garbage,
because it is not about your sex life.
That you have brought
it is
that
about your judgment.
That kind of garbage.
It is about reclaiming my time so that I can hear myself
recognize.
I'm sure she would have done this had Kristi Noem been a Democrat too. For sure. She would have been super worried about office protocol and not having the female boss sleep with any subordinates. By the way, Corey Lewandowski, I mean, to refer to him as a subordinate is like such a joke. He's probably the reason she got the role, right? Like he is an operative. He is a player within the Trump administration. He's extremely well connected. And it's absurd to refer to him as like this powerless, the male equivalent of an ingenue, this doe-eyed little deer who's been
Monica
taken
Lewinsky.
advantage of by this. Right? I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on in their marriages, and I kind of feel like it's none of my business. But okay, I guess arguably it is, given that they both work for the government. In any event, what did you make of this? The woman's name who did this is Sydney Kamiager Dove. She's a Democrat from California, where last I checked, they're pretty relaxed about shit like that, Emily. But if you are a Republican, not relaxed.
Well, I mean, who was just in the news the last week? The Clintons, where Democrats are saying, none of our business, none of our business. So no, nobody has the moral high ground here. I will say, I think it's a fair question because Lewandowski's status as a special government employee means he's getting paid by the government. He's known Trump longer than Noem has. He knows Trump better than Noem does. So it's ridiculous to put him as Corey Lewandowski in this situation. But it's also just like...
Lewandowski.
I can't believe that.
I just got it. That's very funny.
Her husband's sitting behind her. Her husband was sitting behind her in the hearing. It is horrible. And they need to have a better answer than just punting on it. Clearly, everyone is aware of what's happening. The husband's aware of it. Lewandowski and Noem are like, he's been seen coming in and out of her residences. So
Oh, they take business trips together where she sits on his lap. I mean, this, like, literally every Republican in Washington will tell you about this. Like, when they talk to me about it, they don't say, like, keep it on the down low. They're like, it's amazing how brazen they are.
Yeah, they do it in front of everyone. They'll be, like, holding hands and stuff. Like, everybody's seen it. So they just need to have an answer. They need to figure it out because he is a special government employee that is working for the administration, that she's a cabinet official. So I do think it's fair game, even if the Dem in the situation doesn't exactly have the moral high ground.
I know. I look forward to her cross-examinations of the, of Gavin Newsom. Yes. Let's say he becomes president. I'd love to know what happens in that marriage. Not to mention the previous one, which he's admitted he cheated on Kimberly Guilfoyle. Okay. John Kennedy, who we love. He's hilarious. He's like one of the most entertaining, funny senators we have from Louisiana. He's a Republican. He got up in her grill. We played this the other day, but now something's happened as a result of it involving Trump. Let's play SOT 25.
You have spent $220 million running television advertisements that feature you prominently.
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from, with putting commercials out that told them that if they were in this country illegally, that they needed to leave, or we would detain them and remove them, and they'd not get the chance to come back to America the right way. That has been extremely effective.
Ask you to run these advertisements, is that right?
We had that conversation.
The president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly.
Did the president know you were going to do this?
Yes.
He did?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's the part that's come back to haunt her. I vouched for her the other day on part of this. I was told less than a year ago by someone close to the secretary that one of the reasons she was going out herself to like CCOT and on some of these ICE raids was because Trump wanted her to. And he did want to do advertisements showing this kind of thing because he thought it would be a deterrent to people who want to come here illegally. And that it would also be an incentive to existing illegals in the country to get the hell out before we find you, or you could wind up at CCOT. Now, that's as much as I could vouch for. And I did say I didn't know whether he knew like about the cost of the advertising or anything like that. And apparently he didn't, because the reports are, according to Punchbowl News, Trump has quietly asked Hill Republicans if he should fire Kristi Noem, the latest sign of her tenuous standing, writes Punchbowl, inside the West Wing, according to multiple Republicans who have spoken with the president. Republicans told Punchbowl News they are divided on whether removing Noem now would be a good thing, considering the ongoing DHS shutdown. There's a shutdown right now because the Democrats aren't funding it, and citing caution over a potentially difficult Senate confirmation fight likely for any successor. Man, that's true. Can you imagine how that would go? We wouldn't have a DHS chief if she got forced out. They would not confirm anybody who didn't sound like an open borders lover. So it's kind of Kristi Noem or bust, and maybe Trump's mad enough that he's going to go with bust. But he is angry because the reports are that he did not approve a $220 million expenditure, allegedly that she gave to somebody she's connected to, which she denied. She seemed to be suggesting it was bid out. Your thoughts? Well,
yeah, it's significant that we saw Senate Republicans grilling Kristi Noem on this, because it telegraphs that exactly what Punchbowl reported. It's been the sort of spidey sense. Everybody's picking up on the White House being unhappy with her. And one of the things that I've heard, interestingly enough, from people in this world is that the Noem-Homan division actually is really very real, that Holman wanted to focus on worst first. Noem wanted to do worst, yes, but also people who just don't belong in the country that you're picking up throughout these processes. And that is seen as a significant reason to keep Kristi Noem in the position. But clearly Trump is unhappy with the reason she's in the position, her public relations ability. And that's where National Review just reported today, he's considering Mark Wayne Mullen, reportedly, as a potential replacement for Noem, someone who could maybe get Senate confirmed because he's from the Senate. But I agree with you, Megan. I don't think there's a shot in hell anyone else gets Senate confirmed for that position. You end up with an interim, which is what Trump had for, I believe he had that for part of his first term. It's not ideal, especially when this is one of your priorities. And it looks like you're taking an L on one of your priorities, too, during a midterm cycle. It looks like you gave Dems a scalp, basically. That's right. It's too close to the whole Minneapolis problem to get rid of her. I mean, I guess he'd get confirmed because Republicans control the Senate right now. And so you really only need the 51 votes. But does Susan Collins? I don't see Republicans. I mean, that's a tough vote for Susan Collins. I know.
Yeah, it's true. Murkowski, you've got some weaker choices in there. Here's what Kennedy said after all this broke. He said, after the hearing, the president of the United States called me, and I'm not going to speak for him. You folks know him. You can ask him yourselves. But put it this way, his recollection and her recollection are different. Then he goes on to say, I don't have any inside information, gentlemen. Well, actually, I do. But if you're asking me my opinion of Mark Wayne Mullen, he's very able and capable guy. I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad about him. He'll whip my ass. So he's clearly making it known that the president disputed what she said and is unhappy. And I can see why. I mean, because if Trump didn't authorize $220 million on the ad campaign, he definitely doesn't want that. That's a political liability she's putting on him. The job of his emissaries is to put the political liabilities on themselves, even if Trump is guilty, which it sounds like he's not here, right? It's like, you're supposed to take the bullet. You're the lesser known person. It's important that they keep Trump clean because he's responsible for endorsing candidates to the midterms. It's like, who cares if Kristi Noem gets dirtied up a little in order to take one for the team? But here it looks like she is the one who deserves to be a little dinged up. Here is an example of what the ads went for.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border and putting America first. Let me deliver a message from President Trump to the world. If you are considering entering America illegally, don't even think about it. Let me be clear. If you come to our country and you break our laws, we will hunt you down. Criminals are not welcome in the United States. For too long, weak leadership has left our borders wide open.
Okay.
Flooding our communities with...
They're very well done. They're high end, but it could be they potentially cost her the job. Think about this. In 2006, $20,000 equaled roughly 33 ounces of gold at spot price. Okay, $20,000 got you 33 ounces. At today's prices, those 33 ounces would be worth about $165,000. That would have been a very good investment. And that's why so many smart Americans do diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals. They're thinking about what's going to happen in the next 20 years. And it's also why you should consider buying gold from Birch Gold Group. For thousands of years, gold has been a store of wealth. And today, it is a crucial part of any balanced strategy. Even better, Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered retirement account in gold. All you have to do is text MK to the number 989898, and that will give you a free info kit on gold. There's no obligation. It's just useful information from which you can make a decision. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold help you diversify with gold. Now that's peace of mind. Again, text MK to 989898 today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.